going on, guys? Hope you're all staying healthy and having a great day. So today's the day I get to get all these rigs basically situated so I can do what I need to do here. Here's what I'm thinking. I rip down that rig, just put it on the floor here for now. Pull that rig out, put it on the floor here for now. And I pull down that 1660 Super rig and put that on the floor as well. Once I do all that, then I open up the spot so I can hang all those up here, the 1660 Super Ventus cards and the 5600 and 5700 XTs. I can hang all right here and intertwine them into one rig. So that's going to be my goal. So give me a second, let me pull all that down and I'll be back in a minute. So as you guys can see, there they are. These are the two problem rigs that I'm going to be combining together. Like I said, they've been giving me issues and I really have no idea why. This one only gives me issues sometimes, so I'm going to put that one on the back burner for now. This is a RX 580 8GB rig. This is the 1660 Super Ventus rig, OC edition. And this is the 5700 and these are the 5600 XTs. Alright, so the thoughts I'm having here, I want to disassemble this rig because for some reason the 5600 XTs get way hotter than the 1660 Supers. I want to get this disassembled right now and I want to get that hung up on the top left side of this rack. Eventually I'm going to be moving those down to the next shelf, I believe, and I'm going to put the RX 580s in this corner. But I want to get the 5600 and 5700 XTs right here-ish, and then I would like to put the 1660 Supers that are included in that rig on the left side, just because they don't get as hot. And as you can see, the fan is over on the right corner of this garage. Heat rises, and I don't know, I mean there's plenty of room above it, but that's just how my thoughts are. So anyways, let's get these all disassembled. I'm going to throw some hangers on them. And let's get them hanging.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but they see where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like, whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts, bro. Facts, lot of haters. Tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stats, yo. Woo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. Yup. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Alright, so this one's disassembled too. I just need to take the one off the board, which I'm going to do right now. Okay, there we have it, all the cards. Alright, so now I need to put hangers on all these, get them hanging, and get them hashing again, because ETH prices are way too good right now to have these things off. So give me 1 second. And all of these will be hanging up there in a flash. There we have it. They're all hanging. Except for this one that was on the motherboard. So we got to add that riser onto the bottom of it. And then I went ahead and I disassembled the top part of this frame, which is right there. And I took out the old PSU. So the main reason I'm doing all of this is because currently we're using these JLN 1600F 90 plus golds, and I think these are what are causing the glitches in my rigs and making them shut down. So to solve that issue, I'm gonna replace it with the 1600 P2 power supply for now until I get more of the game changer breakout boards. And I'm going to feed half of the GPUs with this 1200 watt server PSU. But yeah, once I get the game changer breakout boards, I will be running all of these rigs off of server PSUs, no more standard ATX style. So actually that looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? All right, let's get this last riser on. Snapped in. Now let's get this last hanger on. And again, I get to keep all the duds. So this one actually was split, but I'm not concerned with it because the screw is thick enough. So let's hang this last card right up here. All right, last card is hung. 13 cards. All right, now let me grab all of the USBs and this motherboard. I'm gonna lay it up on the rack here, and I'm gonna sling all the USBs down to it just for the time being. Be back in a sec. Check it out. Got all the USBs to the risers all plugged in. So I got the blue going to the whole front set, which is the 1660 Super, and then I have the red going to the AMD cards, the 5600, 5700 XTs. I thought that was a pretty cool way to distinguish what goes to what. So now what I have to do is put this server PSU, I think I'm gonna have this power the back 6 cards, and then I think I'm going to run the front 7 off of this 1600 watt EVGA P2 power supply just until the new breakout boards from Parallel Miner come in. So let's throw this all together. I want to get this thing lit up and see it working, because as you can tell, I plugged these back in on the ground. I can't have them not working while I am working on this monster build. So that's what we're gonna do. So give me a second, let's plug these things in. All right, so I have the server PSU installed, and the back 6 cards are wired up. So now I'm gonna get the EVGA P2 power supply in on this side right here for the time being. I'm gonna plug in the front 6 cards, and we're gonna go from there, and then we'll power her up and see how she works. All right, so we are good to go. Everything is hooked up. We're ready to power this up. I actually broke out one of the X's on the back GPU. I have the HDMI running up to it so we can turn the screen on and see if it's working. So server PSU is plugged in. I'm gonna power this on right now. You always power on the server PSU first. All right, now let's power on the ATX, and we'll press this on button. Everything is spinning, and I forgot the Molex. What a dummy. All right, let's try this again. Turn on the server PSU. All the riser lights came on in the back. Turn on the ATX, and let's start the board. All the fans are spinning. I also forgot to plug in the internet, so I just hit the reset button and I just slung the wire from the network switch up there, and I turned this back on. So we're all plugged in. The internet is now reading. HIVEOS is starting to boot up. I have never had a mixed rig with 13 GPUs on it. To be honest, I've never even had 13 GPUs on one rig. Warning, you have a mix of NVIDIA and AMD cards. AMD detected to be in the first slot. It's better to have NVIDIA in the first slot for OC to work. Okay. Alright, well apparently I gotta switch these around, so that's something new I did not know. I'm gonna have to shut this down and swap the USBs. Let me do that, give me a second. Alright, so I just switched all of the PCIe riser connections. NVIDIA on the left in the first slots and AMD on the right, like it said in Hive. As you can see, I also broke out that HDMI port so we can get a signal. So let's turn this back on. All right, now we're gonna turn PSU back on, and now the motherboard. All right, everything's spinning again. Perfect. It's reading as rock, that's great. I really don't know what to think of this. I am hoping that everything works smoothly and that this solves my crashing issue. I really think it was those PSUs. Hopefully we don't get any sign saying like anything that we just saw in the last one. Nice. All right, so Hive's starting up. It seems like it's good now that I have the NVIDIA in the first 7 slots. News to me, I had no idea you had to do that, so that's something new. Let me get into my HIVEOS, let me check the clocks. I gotta fix the flight sheets and all that. I gotta do this from my phone, kinda sucks, so I can't really record it, but I will, give me 1 second and I'll get back to you. So I'm super excited. This entire rig, 13 GPUs, populating an H110 Pro BTC Plus motherboard, is working perfectly fine in HIVEOS. The only issue we came up with on initial startup was NVIDIA needed to be put in the first couple slots and AMD could go in the back half of the board. That's what HIVEOS stated. It said the rig could crash and stuff. I'm not really too sure why, but hey, is what it is. I swapped them, it's working perfect. So that's something I learned new today. Then on top of it, I am super excited to have gotten rid of these cheap PSUs because I have a feeling that those were the issue causing these rigs to shut down and restart. I do have one left, which is this RX 580 rig. I'm gonna leave this down here for now and leave it running. That one is only an issue once in a while. It's not always an issue, so I'm gonna leave it alone until I get the new breakout boards and stuff. But super excited to have continued this monster rack build. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and learned something. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Also, we do have a free Discord group called Misfit Mining. We'd love to have you. Please stay safe, and we'll see you guys next time.